Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about the Vanquest Tekko 4 and 6. These were sent out for review from Vanquest, so I want to thank them for sending them out for review. These are a sling bag lineup that are very similar to the Dendrite series of Vanquest pouches. Now the Dendrite series is more of a waist pack, whereas these are more of a sling pack, and they offer two sizes, the 4 and 6. The materials are pretty much similar, and they blend in pretty well for an everyday carry scenario. These have some weatherproofing on them, although they are not fully waterproof, but they do resist the weather effects and dirt and grime. Here on the table we have the Tekko 4 and the Tekko 6. Let's go with the Tekko 4 first and just go over the 6 briefly, kind of showing the differences between the two. There's a lot of similarities between the two here. So on the front we have this hook and loop field, which is pretty good for putting patches and morale patches and whatnot on the front and identification. We have an inverted zipper here that does keep out most weather and water sprays and whatnot. And we have a YKK zipper with their Spartan pull zip. We can unzip it here and show the inside pocket, which reveals the 210D high-vis ripstop nylon. And we also have a lanyard point or a tethering point here, and on the other side we also have the high-vis nylon. The top of the bag has this nice strong handle here with pretty rigid stitching on either side so that it won't come apart, and the material that this handle is made out of is sort of similar to a car belt seat belt. On the sides here we notice that we have two more straps here, so you can put items on the side of the pouch on either side. It's both the same. And even on the bottom we have stitching here for different rows of attachment points. And then on the back we have a pocket here, which has another zipper with the YKK zipper pull and a Spartan pull. This zipper is not inverted, so you want to be careful about getting water inside of there. And then in the back we also have 210D high-vis nylon on one side and Velcro or hook and loop field on the other side here to attach any of the aftermarket accessories or the Vanquest accessories that can go near the modular system that they have on the website. And then we have the 1.5 inch belt, and again this material is sort of similar to a car belt, so it's very rugged and very strong. We have the UTX buckles on either side, and the way they work is you can press this button here and you can release the clip, or you put it back in, and if you do that and you don't want to use the belt, there's slots on the 4 and the 6 here that these can slide into, these little slots here, and you won't be able to see them, making this a very slim bag that won't get caught up on anything. Now the organizer on the tensioner on the belt has this little D-ring holder, which is quite nice to hang things off of. I do that with most of my sling bags. I tend to hang stuff off of the tensioner area, and it's pretty comfortable to wear. Now on this side here with the Vanquest logo stitched in leather, and has a separation here that you can stick stuff into, and I see this as an area to put a carabiner or hang something off of, which is quite useful in my opinion. So that's the back and the strap here and the sides, and we already went over the first pocket. Let's go over the second pocket, which has, again, two YKK zippers. And these particular zippers have these locking holders here. So you can add an extra layer of security for your bag, which is quite nice. It keeps honest people honest. And again, we have the Spartan pull zippers, a Vanquest type of unique way of grabbing the zippers and opening them up pretty quickly. We have the weather-resistant sealing on the outside here. Let's open it up and take a look inside. So we have the key fob holder here. The back section here is the biggest section, and this has the hook and loop field or Velcro field for attaching their modular items like the 5x7 or 2x7. And we also have a divider here. This is 210D ripstop nylon, high vis, that divides the main pocket into two smaller pockets here. That has sewing in the center, so we have two pockets here, and it's somewhat folded, so it does have a little bit of leeway of stretching out. And then we can also see this entire row of webbing. This is elastic and allows you to organize your items inside. I'll demonstrate that right now for you. Like so. Here we have a multi-tool and a flashlight, and it fits quite nicely in these elastic straps, which is quite useful. These two bigger straps you can put other items into. For example, I have a battery bank. Slides perfectly in there. And in the back pocket here, we can take and put my phone inside. And it won't get scratched because this material is very soft for a Velcro field. So on the other side, we have this see-through mesh pocket, and we have these tether points here. There's 4 of them in the pack. We have 2 in the front on the left and right, and also in the rear here. So you can change up where you want your key fob to be held. And then we have the see-through mesh here with an inverted zipper. Another Spartan pull with the YKK zipper here. And then on the inside, we also have a soft, non-scratchy type of hook and loop field where you can, once again, modify that to whatever you want with the aftermarket accessories or the accessories that Vanquest sells to make this system a modular system. So that is the inside of the bag here. I'll open it up so you can kind of see down to the bottom there. A very unique and interesting layout. I like that it has the ability to be customized with the Vanquest accessories. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Tekko 6 and compare some of the differences. So here we have the Tekko 6, and again it's very similar to the Tekko 4 where we have the hook and loop field in the front here. And then we also have the zipper in the front here, which is covered by this water repellent type of seal here. And we also have an extra YKK zipper on the side here with 2 Spartan pulls. So we have the front, the logo here in leather. And then on the sides, much like the Tekko 4, we have straps here sewn on the sides here very strongly. And also on the bottom we have a row of webbing here to attach items as well on the bottom. Going over to the back, it's also very similar to the Tekko 4 where we have just one zipper with a compartment here to open up, and it also has a regular zipper, not inverted. Now we have the 210 high D vis nylon inside this one as well, and on the other side we have this hook and loop field which we can attach different items inside there as well. And the belt is also the same, with the same tensioner here with the D-ring and the same UTX clipping. The front pocket is different than the Tekko 4 in that we also have the 210D ripstop nylon here and the tether point here in the front. And in addition, we have a layer of elastic webbing here to kind of organize what's in the front. And that's only on the 6 model. And there's a little bit more space in the front as well. Going into the main pocket, this also features YKK zippers with the locking tabs here, and Spartan pulls, and the reversed zippers with this sort of rubberized sealant. And once again, we have the main pocket in the back here, which has the key fob holder, along with the hook and loop field in the back. This is sort of a soft type of hook and loop field that won't scratch your screen of your phone or glasses. And then it's being separated again by this nylon here. And we have 2 main pockets on the side here with a little bit more of a flap extension. And then we have the sewn in part in the center here, which is single stitched here. And then we have this webbing arrangement of elastic web, just one of them, and works fairly well. And also, once again, much like the Tekko 4, we have the standard bottom. But unlike the Tekko 4, part of the see-through mesh on the other side has, on this side, also a hook and loop field on the bottom part. So you can further customize what can be stuck underneath there and organized. And then we also have the tethering points once again in the front here and also in the back as well. So you can change where your key fob placement is, or you can attach other items there as well. This also features an inverted zipper, although it's not weather sealed on the inside. YKK zippers with the Spartan pull here. And once again, we open up here to reveal another hook and loop field on the front part. Once again, allowing us to be a modular type of pack. Let's go ahead and compare the small Dendrite pack with this briefly, with some features that have crossed over. This is my Dendrite small pack, and as we can tell, the zippers on the sling bags have this rubberized covering, whereas on the Dendrite small pack, at least, there is no rubberized. It's just an inverted zipper, but it does carry over the tradition of having a hook and loop field, or rather a 210D ripstop nylon field rather, with high-vis orange, and also inside the zipper we have another tether point, so that's transferred over to the style of the Tekko. And then also for the main pouch, we continue with the similar key fob tether here, which houses a small paracord that I have in here, and the back of it is also this soft kind of hook and loop field, again with double pockets in the front, a single web of elastic, and also the see-through space here as well in the front. So that is the similarities to the Tekko series in the Dendrite. On the back, we still also have that pocket that's not inverted, and we also have these straps here for a belt modification. So in other words, you can hook this on your belt via these straps here, whereas on the backs of the Tekko 4 and the Tekko 6, we don't have that, but only on the Dendrite series, as these are made for a kind of waist pouch. And the belt system is a little bit different with this, as you have a clipping belt system compared to the little button press to disengage the waist pack. Overall, I think the Tekko system is a pretty impressive system, much like the Dendrite system. I got this in the gray, sort of like dark gray color, and there's other options like a multicam option as well. I like the stitching on the logo. I like the zipper pulls and the hook and loop field on the outside, and the softer hook and loop fields are the Velcro fields on the inside that don't scratch up your electronics, like say my phone for example. It won't get scratched up against this material, which I think is great for the internal compartment. What I would have liked seen done differently a little bit is the implementation of potentially, I know it's not made for this category, but some straps here to kind of attach to a waist or a belt system a little bit more efficiently in a horizontal plane, as opposed to just a sling strap. However, the bag does function and work as intended, and I do like this new system of the UTX buckle clip here that comes off pretty easily. The Spartan pull zippers are fantastic if you're wearing gloves. This tends to help out quite a lot, I've noticed, in all my Vanquest products that have it. And I do like the high-vis internal 210D nylon, along with the high-vis orange of Velcro in there. It's not designed to be tactical per se with that high-vis orange. However, this is a very gray man kind of pack, which doesn't draw that much attention, which is fantastic in that sense. Now, I've tried the water test on this, and the water test, this can withstand a light mist, maybe a spray, maybe very light rain, but anything heavier than light rain will probably soak the bag, and you'll start having issues with having your items soaking wet on the inside. So that's something to be careful about with this. You might be able to remedy that with some durable water repellency spray that you can put on top of this, but this is water, or rather weather resistant, which is nice, and that means that these zippers here, this inverted zipper with the rubberized material or whatever the material they kind of put over it, will help kind of keep out water and dirt and grime. overall, I think it's an interesting sling bag, and I'm going to be using these for a little bit to kind of test them out, put them through their paces. But I think it's an interesting concept that they came out with, and it does fill a niche or a spot in their lineup. For example, Vanquest has the Personal Pocket Maximizer lineup, which is these small little EDC organizers, and then it only goes up to a certain line and it stops, and then from that point on it begins with an EDC M, or the Everyday Carry Maximizer lineup, which then extends to a larger size type of pouch. So I think in relation to the Dendrite series as being the PPM equivalent, and I think it would go up to this series here as the sling bag equivalent on the Tekko series, and I think there might be even a further type of bag further up the line potentially. Now, I've also had their Tolcat 2.0 and the Mobius 2.0 for many years, and those have held up pretty well. However, those are pretty overtly tactical looking, whereas this series is very more incognito, I would say, as a sling bag. Overall, I think it's a good idea, and time will tell to see what other improvements I can come up or suggest to them for this kind of lineup. And that's all I have to say about the Tekko series. I want to say thank you guys for watching, and thank you to Vanquest for sending these out for review. Enjoy your day.